Your phone just received a message. You didn't open it. You didn't tap anything. You didn't even look at the screen. And someone is already inside it. In 2018, journalist Jamal Khashoggi was murdered inside a consulate. The world focused on the killing. Almost no one focused on what came before it. Months earlier, his fiancée, Hanan Elatr's phone had been infected. No clicks, no links, nothing. She didn't find out until forensic researchers examined her device years later. But then Khashoggi was already dead. 4 out of 5 methods in this video require you to do absolutely nothing wrong. The attack works regardless, because the problem isn't your behavior, it's the infrastructure your phone runs on, broken for decades, known to be broken, and never fixed. 5 methods, real cases. Let's get into it. Bluetooth is basically your phone shouting its name into a room full of strangers. Every few seconds, your device broadcasts a signal that says, "Hey, I'm here. Does anyone want to connect?" And if someone nearby has the right setup, a laptop, a cheap USB dongle, some free software, they can hear that broadcast, spoof a device you've already trusted, and slide into your connection. It's called a blue bugging attack, and the toolkit to pull it off costs less than $30 on Amazon. In 2004, a security researcher named Martin Herfurt did exactly this at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. The phones of world leaders and executives were accessed without their knowledge, demonstrating that anyone in that lobby was potentially exposed. Once connected, an attacker can intercept calls, read messages, and even use your phone as a microphone in real time without you ever knowing anything happened. The reason this makes the list isn't because it's the scariest method, it's because it's the most pointlessly avoidable. Most people walk around with Bluetooth permanently on, broadcasting constantly, in airports, coffee shops, train stations, anywhere strangers are within 30 feet of them. Turn Bluetooth off when you're not using it. That's it. That's the whole defense. This is the one method on the list where you actually have full control. Picture this. You're at the airport, your phone is at 4%. You spot one of those free charging stations with a built-in USB cable. You plug in. That cable just owned your device. In 2011, a security conference in Las Vegas. Researchers set up a fake charging kiosk. People plugged in. Their screens lit up with one message. The station has successfully accessed your device. These were tech people, the smartest people in the room. They plugged in anyway. That's juice jacking. The port isn't just passing electricity, it's passing data. And in the time it takes your phone to go from 4% to 12%, someone already has everything on it. The FBI has warned about this multiple times. The airports where it's been documented aren't sketchy. Los Angeles, New York, Las Vegas. No symptoms. Your phone charges normally. Nothing pops up. You unplug, walk to your gate, and you have no idea your banking app, your photos, your messages are being mirrored somewhere else. The defense is simple. Carry a power bank or use a USB data blocker. They're actually called USB condoms. $10. Blocks the data pins, lets the power through. That's the whole product. 2016. A US congressman is sitting in his office in Washington. His phone rings, he answers, completely normal call. Somewhere in Germany, a TV crew is listening to every word in real time, recording it. They'd intercepted the call without touching his phone, his network, anything in the United States. When the segment aired, Congressman Ted Lieu was visibly shaken. He sits on the House Committee on Homeland Security. This is SS7. Signaling System Number 7, the protocol running underneath every phone call and text message on the planet. It's how carriers route your calls when you're roaming, how they know where to send your texts, how the whole system talks to itself. It was designed in 1975, not updated in 1975. Designed in 1975, and never fundamentally replaced. The flaw is baked in. Anyone with access to the network can intercept your calls and texts in real time, track your location to within a few meters, and pull your two-factor authentication codes before they ever reach you. In 2019, criminals did exactly that to customers at Metro Bank in the UK. They didn't touch the bank's systems, didn't phish a single customer, just intercepted the verification texts, walked straight past the security codes, and emptied the accounts. The customers did everything right, and it didn't matter. Every major carrier knows about this. Researchers have been raising it since 2008, and the fix exists. It just costs billions and you don't know enough about the problem to demand it. Against SS7, nothing you do makes a difference. No setting, no habit, no app. You are exposed by default. 2013, Oakland. Police are looking for a man named Purvis Ellis. They find him, narrow it down to a single apartment unit, and walk straight to his door. His lawyers never found out how. 10 years later, at a federal hearing, it comes out. They'd used a stingray. The department never told the court. They just used it, found their guy, and said nothing. A stingray pretends to be a cell tower. Your phone is always scanning for the strongest signal nearby, and a stingray just broadcasts louder than the real ones. Your phone connects to it first. Everything flowing through your device, calls, text, location, is now passing through a box someone is physically holding. FOIA requests confirm deployments at protests, political events across cities like Baltimore, Chicago, Miami. Courts ruled it unconstitutional and departments kept going anyway. What makes it particularly hard to sit with is that a stingray doesn't discriminate. It doesn't pull data from one phone. It pulls from every phone in range. One device on a city block and everyone on that block is caught in it. The person being investigated, their neighbors, strangers walking past, all of it going through the same box. If you were near a protest in 2020, there's a realistic chance your phone connected to one of these without you ever knowing. There is no defense against a stingray. Nothing you can turn off, nothing you can install, nothing you can do. Your phone connects because that's what phones do. And now we get to the one that broke the internet when it came out. Pegasus is a piece of software developed by an Israeli company called NSO Group. They describe it as a lawful interception tool, meaning they sell it to governments who use it to monitor criminals and terrorists. What Pegasus actually does is give someone complete silent real-time access to your phone. Messages, calls, emails, photos, microphone, camera, all of it. And the version of Pegasus that made headlines in 2021 used something called a zero-click exploit, which means it required absolutely no interaction from the target. The attack path was this. A specially crafted iMessage arrived on the target's phone. It was invisible. It didn't even appear in the inbox. No notification, no banner, nothing. And the moment the phone processed the packet, it was compromised. Forensic researchers at Citizen Lab and Amnesty International Security Lab analyzed hundreds of devices and found Pegasus infections across journalists, human rights activists, lawyers, and heads of state in 45 countries. Hanan Elatr, Khashoggi's fiancée, was infected months before his murder. Loujain al-Houthi, a Saudi women's rights activist, was infected and then arrested. Forensic evidence of Pegasus on her phone was found after she was already in prison. NSO Group maintains their software is only sold to vetted governments for legitimate purposes. The documented target list tells a different story. Against Pegasus, there is no reliable defense for an average person. It exploits vulnerabilities in the operating system itself, vulnerabilities that exist before Apple or Google even know about them. By the time a patch is released, a new exploit is already in development. This is not a threat designed for you, but the architecture that makes it possible, the broken SS7 networks, the unpatched protocols, the commercial surveillance industry, that runs on infrastructure that touches everyone's phone. So, where does that leave you? Bluetooth and juice jacking? Easy fixes. Turn Bluetooth off. Carry a power bank. $10 USB blocker. Done. SS7 and stingrays? Not your fault, not in your control. Use Signal. It encrypts the content. Your metadata, who you called, when, from where, is still exposed. Pegasus, if a government considers you worth watching, treat your phone as already compromised. The infrastructure meant to connect you was built to surveil you. The people who could fix it chose not to. Subscribe if you want more of this. We got a lot more ground to cover.